Hey guys, it's Eric and Karina.
HR.
And this is Eric. Just Eric.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
I don't know what we're talking about today.
Neither do I.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a bunch of shit thrown together.
So, okay. So this is going to be thrown together, Eric.
Yeah.
All right, right on.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. Yeah, as you heard, guys, there's no theme today. This was last minute, and we had no theme. I just threw some stories that I thought were funny together.
I appreciate it. So let me tell. There was, as of yesterday afternoon, there was a 95% chance we weren't going to be able to record today.
Yeah.
Because I had a hearing scheduled at 1:30 today. Mm-hmm. Today's Tuesday for recording for dropping Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that the last time I had a hearing in this particular case, it took like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Luckily, we got enough done yesterday and filed that the court on its own put those off for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So now we had the afternoon free, whereas I didn't think we would. So I said, Hurricane, let's give the people what they're asking for.
Yes.
And I don't mean visuals. Sorry. I'm just, I bet out of the near 10,000 people, there's probably a good amount that really wonder what Hurricane looks like. And you, HR.
And you.
No, they can find me easily.
Oh, that's true.
You just Google my name and you can image it.
My picture's on the website too.
Oh, yeah,
our pictures are both on the website.
That's true. Hers isn't.
Hers isn't.
That's right.
I was like, but our pictures are on the website.
I prefer to be mysterious. There you go.
Yeah, HR is taken
Exactly
by a 92-year-old.
Yep.
Client that has
91.
who has an old man crush on her.
Yep. It
It's
would be a
real.
sugar daddy. He just doesn't have money.
But yeah, because he is bankrupt. But let me tell you, that's fucking real though.
It is.
I mean, every time he looks for reasons to come to the office. I promise it's not to see me.
He's like, it's so good to see you after 2 days, Jennifer.
I know he loves coming here and hanging out.
It makes me feel young. See?
Uh-huh.
I feel old most of the time, but not when I'm around him.
Yeah, when I'm around him, I feel like a baby. So, yeah. Yep. Well, that old man's taking your girl. So,
Well, he can try.
when he's on the way here, he's like, on my way to take your girl.
Hey, listen.
I was going to say on my way to take your bitch, but I felt like I should respect you a little more than that because that's the saying.
Listen, he may have more stamina than me, honestly. No, but I don't mean it like that. Okay, like by the time we were finished with dinner.
This is what the audience wants.
No, I wasn't saying like I'm saying like by the time we finished, we had to meet for dinner last night with this client who has a thing for HR, and he really is 91 years old. He's going to be 92 this year.
Yes.
By the time we finished the day, got to this restaurant, this little deli, ate, got home. It was like 8 o'clock, 8:15.
Yeah.
I was fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was take a hot shower and go to sleep. I was so tired.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean. This 92-year-old bastard drove all the way back to where he lives, which is not close to where we met.
And he sat up thinking about Jennifer.
All night. I wouldn't be surprised if he typed a bunch of phantom emails and then didn't send them.
I'm surprised if he doesn't have a picture of you somewhere. He looks at it at night.
Ooh, damn! I don't even do that. Well, it's because I have the real thing, but still, nonetheless.
Exactly.
I feel like if we don't start right now,
I know,
we're actually going to never have an episode.
Okay. First episode. First story.
By the way, with the 92-year-old client, you know what that's almost like?
What is it almost like?
It's almost like if the only guy interested in you is less limbed, missing a leg, and even
he still leaves you.
And he ghosts you.
That's ridiculous, honestly.
Now the less limb can be hot too. You know.
The less limb might have been, but no, clearly the one that wanted the less limb may not be.
Exactly. That's the problem.
You want to hear a true story?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, I probably. You know what?
Not on air.
No, it's about Smashley, but I'll save it.
Okay.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
You never know. Apparently, Josh just plays this out loud everywhere now.
Exactly.
And, people almost hear me.
I know.
So, sorry. I'm two things. Number one, I'm having a super ADHD day today. So, I didn't order cookies yet, but I'm still considering it.
Oh no.
But I haven't yet.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, before I forget, shout out to Emily, sup girl, not Evelyn, Dougie, Ron, Karen, Aaron, Jessica, Amy, and Badonkadori, sup girl, too.
And Ron.
And I said Ron, didn't I? I didn't. I guess so. Fine, and Ron too. Shout out to
that was a very half-assed.
I know.
Shout out to Ron.
I know.
To the Midbar Mosh crew. All right.
And Ron.
And Ron.
Exactly.
Okay, now we can start.
All right. First one is titled, Am I the asshole for throwing out a piece of art that my boyfriend ruined? This was a month ago, so it's not too old.
Okay.
2 years ago, I saw an original watercolor piece that I liked, and I contacted the artist and bought it. When the piece arrived, I sought a frame for it, but I hadn't been able to find a frame for that size every time I went to the store. They were all too big or too small, so I just kept the piece in an envelope in my desk. I would sometimes look at it, remember I had to frame it, but I would forget again. Work, family, and life leaves little time to devote to things about thinking about a frame or painting that I just don't have any framing business near me. So that wasn't an option either. Today, my boyfriend is dusting and comes out of the office showing me the painting and a spare frame he had been using for something else. I had asked him if the frame was a 9x12, and he told me it was an 8x10 instead. And he had cut a piece of the artwork to make it fit. When I looked at the piece, it went from the centralized composition to having the composition indented to the left side because he cut a whole inch off the side to save the artist's whole signature, which was on the extreme opposite size. For reference, imagine if you cut the Mona Lisa to the point where her head is no longer in the center. When he notices I'm perplexed, he nonchalantly tells me the painting was in an envelope anyways, and it's better if it's out so we can actually see it. I got mad because this is not the first time that he takes something of mine and gives it away, offers it to someone, or just doesn't ask, and just does whatever he wants with it. His mother does the same thing with his things at her house. In their family, if you're not using something anymore, anyone can do anything they want to it and as they please with it. I explained to him, in my family, you don't do anything with other people's stuff, and I have a tendency to ruminate on thoughts. So I try not to engage in negative emotions because then I could just let go of them. Okay, this doesn't matter. But she's saying now every time I look at the frame painting, I felt a new wave of sadness, anger, and frustration ripped over me. So I took the frame down, I took the painting out of it, and I ripped it into 4 pieces and threw it into the garbage. When my boyfriend saw it, he was shocked and visibly hurt. I get that his intentions were good, but he ruined a piece of art that was not his to begin with. Now it's awkward at home because I'm still fuming and he's sad. Am I the asshole here?
You know what? I actually kind of
Fuck
get that.
yes, you are.
I actually get how she's feeling.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'll let girl power go first.
Yeah. No, because it was hers and he didn't ask. He just took it. And he destroyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he probably thought he was doing a good thing. You know, like the saying, road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fucked up her painting.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would you do that?
Exactly. My thing is, yes, this is definitely about what he did with the painting, but this is also about the fact that he does this with everything. And she mentioned that.
It's not an isolated incident.
And she's told him, stop doing that. Like, my family doesn't do that. You just don't get to grab something and do whatever you want with it because you found it. Like, that's not the way it works. And he has no boundaries. And he doesn't. And his whole, like, gaslighting, like, oh, it's better if it's out. Like, we can see it now. You cut something that was special to her. She bought an original watercolor and you cut it up. There won't be another one just like that because it's a watercolor and it's the original. So she can't even rebuy that.
Right. It was not yours to cut.
It wasn't his to cut. So I think that he is the asshole for ruining the thing and she's not the asshole. I get that her reaction might seem like an overreaction to you because you think she's the asshole of her ripping it up. But I think that was her frustration where she's like, he already fucking ruined it. What's the point of keeping it?
So what do you think, what purpose was served by her throwing it away? Let's start with that.
I think it wasn't of the purpose. She just felt like, fuck it. Why keep it if it's ruined?
It's not the question. What purpose was served? In other words, what did she accomplish other than adding?
Because she couldn't handle looking at it.
Yes, she could. Every time she
looked at it, she got more and more angry.
Okay. So personally, I don't buy that. I think she did it to make.
You've never felt that way?
No, she did it to make a statement so that he could feel a little bit the way she did.
She should feel worse.
Guys, that's not. We're not debating that.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, or what I'm asking is, look at the actual intention. What was her purpose? Because not about right or wrong. I don't disagree that what he did was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't disagree that he's been on notice not to do it, but he did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I also believe that he thought he was doing a wonderfully good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But my question is, what purpose did it serve cutting it into 4 pieces and throwing it away? Other than to get back at him some way or to have some type of control over the situation. Because that, to me, is really what this came down to. This is about control and respect. And respect. I should flip it. It's about respect and control. Okay. Initially, he showed disrespect by taking something that wasn't his to take, even though he thought he was making it better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A great example would be, and I know better this, and thank God this hasn't happened to me, but if I woke up one morning, I'm like, you know what? I'm in a good mood. I'm going to go take HR's car and have it detailed and put new tires on it. It'd be the nicest thing in the world. Okay. And what if, as I'm doing that, I get rear-ended?
Right.
Or I do something that's my fault. Right? Same idea. Like, oh my God, you fucked up my car and my insurance and my this. But we all look past what started this all. And then imagine if after that happened, she, I don't know, takes her car and gives it to the salvage yard and says, like, just trash, I don't want it anymore. I can't look at it because it got scratched and ruined. But my point is, at the end of the day, what Cunty Lucinda wanted to do was get back at him, get back at poor Billy, because Billy tried to do something wonderful and beautiful and giving, and to display this piece of art that he probably didn't know anything really about, right? Because he knew it was important to her. And he fucked up. But there's a huge difference in assholery by doing something intentionally and doing something with incredibly good intentions and then fucking it up. So I'm sure you guys have much more to say, but before you do, I'm going to finish my little piece. And I'm going to give boyfriend Billy one dingleberry. Just one, because he shouldn't have done it to begin with, but I know it was not meant out of malice. I'm going to give Cunty Lucinda 3 dingleberries for trashing her own artwork after this happened, and the idea that I just can't tolerate looking at it. Bullshit. Okay? You just wanted to do something extreme to make him feel worse. I think that thoughtful boyfriend Billy, I'm going to give him an 8 on the Feldman scale. I don't think it was shameful at all or lacked shame to take that and try to enhance it. I understand he shouldn't have. And I understand that she got extremely upset. But imagine, for example, if he took a piece of jewelry and enlarged it or added something to it or changed it. You know, again, the intentions were right. Oh, and I'm going to give Cunty Lucinda 3 on the Feldman scale for throwing away her own fucking artwork, right? And not looking past the innocent mistake that was meant to be nice and just being a typical cunty bitch. There you go. Bam. That
okay, anyway,
happened.
My thing is, if he really wanted to do a nice thing, he would have been like, hey, is it okay if I cut this so we can put it out and we can display it? He didn't fucking do that. Secondly, he could have folded the piece to make it fit. Like, that would have been bad. Like, you know, folding the watercolor, like a drawing. Yeah. But you actually went and cut it. My first thought would be to fold it. Most people will fold photos to fit in a frame. That's honestly I feel like that's the most normal response from a human, is to fold something to make it fit in a frame. He went ahead and he cut it. So I don't think so. And then when he saw her face before she even said anything, he was like, it's not even that bad. Like, it's fine. Now it's out. So I don't think, if he at least would have apologized, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I really thought it would have been better. He didn't at any point. His whole thing was, it's better this way anyways, after he cut it. And it's not the first time he's done it. And he has no boundaries, and that's what it is. I don't think that she's wrong. Maybe her reaction might seem to you like it's over the top, but this probably was that tipping point for her, that he ruins a lot of her shit. And it's just so much anger. Because even me, like, if I have something or I order something and it's not what I want, I'll throw it away. Like, even in food wise, it'll piss me off and I'll throw it away. I won't even eat it. So I understand that. Like, it'll piss me off. I'll throw it away.
There's a difference between getting the wrong fucking DoorDash order, which happens to me like weekly, or a piece of artwork where somebody tried to enhance it or give it a more prominent display because they knew you liked it. I mean, there's a difference both in the substance and in the value.
Right.
A DoorDash meal, 10, 20, 30 bucks, whatever. It's a lot easier for me, for example, to throw away a $30 meal from DoorDash that was wrong or full of like, fucking ranch or mayo or whatever.
Yeah. Remember you were talking about your pillow, how your ex threw away your pillow? And that was very triggering. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know you're thinking about this. Oh, it's just a painting. But what if it were something you really cared about?
I get it, but let me tell you the difference. When my nasty ex threw away my pillow, it's not like she brought me a new one from Bed Bath & Beyond, okay, and said, here. This guy took the painting and tried to make it better.
He cut it.
But in order to fit this frame.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay,
that's
whether or not the guy's intelligent isn't the issue. Yeah, I might have folded it too.
He isn't listening.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He clearly doesn't give a shit about what she wants.
Exactly.
It's his own agenda. He doesn't care about what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is just cultural or just how he was raised.
It kind of reminds me of the Valentine's thing where the guy got her all those like chocolate bars, and she specifically said, "I don't want chocolate bars." Yeah. Like people try to do nice things, but it's completely not what the other person wants.
And have you realized it's always men?
Yeah.
The saying. But I'm gonna give the painting Lucinda half a dingleberry. I think she could have reacted a little differently, but I also understand this was her tipping point. He gets a 4 dingleberries from me because it's not the first time he does this. He never apologized. He kind of tried to gaslight her and said this was better after he ruined something she really liked. So he gets 4 from me. On the Feldman scale, he also gets a 4. Honestly, I think it's pretty shameless. Keep taking your partner's stuff without asking and then doing what you want with them. I get his mom raised him like that, but you can't just do that in the real world.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Does it matter to you what the stuff is that he keeps taking?
Yeah. No. Honestly, no.
See, this is where I think we have to draw a line. So, for example, if Cunty Lucinda does all the food shop and she's like, yo, Billy, you'll notice there's some yogurts in there that are mine. Please don't touch them. And he eats them anyway.
I'd still be upset.
Yeah, but there's a huge difference between that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
I get what you're saying, but the issue is he has no boundaries.
But we don't know that. I'm just saying certain things you don't necessarily think twice about. If HR goes to the store and buys,
it can't be replaced.
Exactly. If HR goes to the store and buys bags of popcorn, I'm going to assume that I can have some, even if I'm not the one that bought them.
But that's different. Exactly.
Is it though?
Exactly. What are your dingleberry ratings, though, Jen?
Well, I'm giving it a 5. Those fuckers piss me off. Yeah. I would have moved out.
Me too. I would have been so pissed. Yep, I agree. Next one, then? We're good?
I mean, we're not good. We can go to the next one.
Well, because you're wrong. But okay.
Not I. But go ahead.
2 versus 1.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Not when the 2 work for me.
No.
That's shit. Just saying shit.
Really? Not when the one that's on the other side edits the podcast. Okay. Not when the other one edits the podcast. All right. Exactly. Title of the next one is, am I the asshole for kicking my sister out of my baby shower because she called me old and selfish? My sister, female 31, and I, female 34, married around the same time 7 years ago. She decided to have kids right away. My husband, male 35, and I decided to buy a house first and do a little traveling and have enough savings before having kids. My sister now has 4 kids. I'm currently pregnant with our baby. I have been dealing with hyperemesis. Is that, you know, HG, hyperemesis gravidarum? HG. Okay. Well, it's brutal, apparently. She said, luckily, my mother-in-law and my husband have been amazing to me, and my boss allowed me to work from home until I give birth. My mom can't help me much because she helped out my sisters and her 4 kids a lot. Yesterday was my baby shower, and that my sister-in-law actually threw for me. People kept asking about how I was doing, and I was talking about how HG is horrible. My sister decided to interrupt me and said, honestly, this is what happens when you get pregnant when you're old. I have 4 pregnancies and have never had these issues. I guess you should have thought about this before all of those trips that you took and the we're not ready yet bullshit. Some of us made sacrifices in our 20s. That's what her sister said. I got furious. This wasn't the first time she commented about my life, so I told her to get the fuck outside. She grabbed my nieces and she left. My mom said I was being hormonal and I should have just ignored her. My mom thinks my sister said that because she's a mom, she became a mom earlier than me and she never enjoyed her life or even any alone time with her husband. My husband thinks I had every right to be upset because she was saying I deserved the HG. Do I owe my sister an apology for kicking her out? Am I the asshole here?
No, you're not the asshole. What the sisters said was very fucked up.
Yeah. It sounds like the sister's jealous.
Yeah. And very jealous. And I think actually mom is right about the resentful part. I think she is very resentful that she lost her younger years.
But mom is also enabling it.
Yeah.
Because she said, you're right. Being hormonal. You should have just ignored her. Yeah. No, your daughter was fucking wrong and you enable her being a brat. That's what's happening.
Yeah. No, I know. I agree with that.
You also don't say that to a pregnant person. You don't say that to someone who's pregnant. You don't do that. So, I would have beat her ass, honestly. So, I don't think this would have.
Yeah, to say like, oh, you got what's coming to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She literally, she made another comment that said she constantly makes comments about how she's had to sacrifice so they could be done having babies by the time she was 30. So it's like, you decided to have 4 kids before you turned 30. That's on you. No one told you to have all them fucking kids.
Be thankful you have healthy children.
Exactly. So I don't think she's the asshole for kicking her out. I would have probably done worse. So
yeah, I agree. I definitely kick her out.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
The crumble lineup is shitty this week.
Okay, well, me and Jen gave our opinions. I'm going to give the sister 4 dingleberries and...
Why?
Actually, 5.
Can I just get the Cliff Notes real quick?
You should be listening.
Well, I'm trying to order cookies. Turtle cheesecake. The fuck is that? Like, I'm serious.
The chocolate, caramel, nutty.
It's cheesecake. Okay, semi-sweet chocolate chunk, normal.
Right.
Cookies and cream brownie. I feel like they've done that a million different ways. Cake batter, maybe. Turtle cheesecake, no fucking way. Churro toffee white chocolate chip, no thanks. Frosted strawberry Pop-Tart cookie. Are you kidding me? Like, it's like a walking diabetic coma. And s'mores. What the fuck happened to Crumble this week? They were so good last week. Now I don't know what to get. Oh. What happened to this lady?
Really not hear the story.
What? The sister kicked out the other sister because she was rude?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I mean, how rude was she? What?
She told her, because she has HG, which is something in like pregnancy that makes like being pregnant like terrible. And her sister basically...
Is pregnancy pleasant all the other times?
No, like, I guess this makes it like way worse.
Because I know there are guys out there that's a thing for them. They look for pregnant women. They love that.
That's a different story.
Because that pregnancy glow, like that whole thing.
It's a different podcast.
Yeah, no, hers is so bad. She has to work from home until she even gives birth. Like, it's that. But she basically, at her baby shower, when she was talking about how horrible the HG is, her sister interrupted her and said, "This is what happens when you get pregnant when you're old. I had 4 pregnancies and never had these issues. I guess you should have thought about this before all of the trips and the we're not ready yet bullshit. Some of us made sacrifices in our 20s. So she kicked her out.
Oh, yeah, I'd kick her out too.
Mm-hmm.
I might have done it a little less publicly.
Well, her sister did that publicly.
No, yeah. I know.
Right.
But,
if someone.
But like, my point is, like, I wouldn't.
Publicly, then you can kick them out publicly. Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, me, I would probably ask her to leave more quietly because I wouldn't want to taint or ruin the rest of the afternoon.
Oh, that's true.
No, but she was probably so angry. She really just.
I get it. I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. That might be the only thing differently. No, I don't think she's the asshole for kicking her out for saying that, especially because it's her day.
Yeah.
Her shower.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say that. And let me just tell you, it's not a completely invalid thing to say. It's the way she said it and the particular words she used. What she was trying to say basically is, at this point, why are you complaining? You did all these, you made your choices, right?
What she already feels horrible. She's already.
Oh, you mean like when somebody accidentally ruins a piece of artwork that he didn't mean to, and he feels horrible about it, and you guys just throw it away and throw it out? But actually, he didn't intentionally ruin it. He thought he was doing something nice.
I have.
What?
HG isn't even caused by age. It's fucking caused by either you have to have previous history, you have to have motion sickness, either being overweight or underweight, stress, or just the fetus. And that's age has nothing to fucking do with it. This is just a bitch. So, it's what it is. It's just a severe form of nausea and vomiting during pregnancy.
Like morning sickness, but like times 10?
100.
Or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Me neither, but yeah.
But it doesn't really matter.
Not only was it in public, it was at her shower, and the sister didn't even throw the shower for her.
I'm not,
her sister-in-law.
Guys, I'm not defending the sister. I made that clear. I agree. I'm only saying what I might have done differently to not taint the day or make anybody else uncomfortable or whatever. I would have taken her aside, probably like, look, you got to fucking go.
How do you feel about the mom telling her, enabling it, being like, you should have just ignored her?
Because I think moms don't want to see their kids fight. And moms like the idea of a close family, or dads too, with my own kids. Like, I hate the idea that they argue and bicker over stupid things. And so, I'll try to bring everybody together and calm everybody down. I think it's normal for parents to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to get upset with the mom for doing that because I think that was more instinctive. To try, she sees her kids in distress. It's an occasion.
Yeah, it's very misguided though.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I could easily see where she's just like, look. Just give her a break, let it go. You live your best life.
Yeah,
I could see.
I've seen parents do this a lot. Like they're protecting one kid, but then the other kid just feels horribly victimized.
Yeah. Because it's not your sibling coming after you. It's also your mom.
So, like, why are you not protecting me?
Exactly. You want to give dingleberries out?
Yeah, I'm gonna give young mom Lucinda,
the 4-kid mom.
Yeah. I'm going to give her 1 dingleberry for each child.
I agree. Yep, exactly. Not fucking our fight. You decided to have 4 kids before you were 30. That was a terrible decision on you.
Well, no, clearly her husband just likes to hit it raw. I mean, there's no.
Well, she claims they wanted to be done by 30.
No, they didn't. No, they just.
No.
Well, no, look, I I get that somewhat. You know, the idea that you want to not be super old and decrepit when you've got grandchildren and, you know, you want to experience and enjoy that time. I understand some of that. I also
can't hate on people for their choices.
Well, I also understand in some cultures, getting married young and having a lot of kids right away is a thing.
Yeah.
Very Orthodox Jewish couples do that. They tend to marry younger, and it's like considered a good deed. It's almost like a commandment.
So are Mormons. Mormons will have like 4 kids before they're 21.
Yeah, just, you know, have kid after kid after kid. I had a cousin still. I mean, I don't say had, she didn't die or anything. So I have a cousin that I think she still lives in LA. I'm not very in touch with her because she's crazy. But she had like 8 kids.
Fuck.
Yeah. And Miriam had 8 kids.
Okay, but that, I feel like when we talk about our aunts and, you know, that makes
But no, my cousin is only 4 years older than me. And she had 8 children because they're, you know, very religious Orthodox Jews. And that's part of like the gimmick. You know, they kind of do that.
Yeah, but people who are happy don't say shit like that. Yeah. You know, she's obviously really bitter and resentful that she didn't get to do all these things that her sister did.
Yeah, like her sister got to travel, her sister got to do all of live life, and she wasn't ready for kids, and that's why she's resentful of her. Yeah, I agree. I agree with the 4 dingleberries.
Yeah, I might go for it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, fair. Next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Was this the other one I wanted to do? Okay, yeah. The title is, Am I the asshole for leaving my sister's wedding after she made me the butt of a family joke? Family joke is in like quotation. I, 25 female, have always been the responsible one in my family. I've helped raise my younger siblings, worked 2 jobs during college, and even financially supported my parents when they hit a rough patch. My older sister, Rachel, 30 female, has always been the family favorite. She's outgoing, she's funny, and everyone gravitates toward her. She got married last weekend, and things hit the fan. For context, Rachel has always had this playful habit of roasting me at family gatherings. It started with harmless jabs, like calling me Mom Junior because I'd remind everyone to take their meds or to clean up after themselves. I laughed it off for years, but at some point it turned mean-spirited. She started calling me Miss Buzzkill, saying I don't know how to let loose because I preferred reading at home over clubbing. Flash forward to the wedding. Rachel asked me to give a toast as her maid of honor. I thought it was a huge honor, so I worked hard on a heartfelt speech about her finding love and the bond we share as sisters. But when it was Rachel's turn to speak, she gave this whole jokey speech about the woman I've always looked up to as a reminder of what not to be. I'm talking about her. She then went on to jokingly compare me to a 1950s sitcom mom who probably schedules fun time. Everyone laughed.
Does she mean sex? Fun time? Like that was that's a 50s thing.
It might be actually.
You know, like, you know, Mondays and Thursdays are sex night or whatever.
Maybe,
you know,
yeah.
Date night, you know.
Yeah,
that's
you might
what I'm
be
thinking.
right, actually, yeah.
I hate to say it.
No, you might be right on how she meant it, yeah. Everyone laughed, but I felt humiliated in front of 200 guests. Even my parents were cracking up. I wanted to keep it together, but after the speeches ended, I quietly excused myself to the bathroom to cry. When I got back, the jokes hadn't stopped. People at my table were still making comments about me being a buzzkill while pouring drinks. I couldn't take it anymore, so I grabbed my purse and I left. Since the wedding, Rachel has been blowing up my phone, calling me dramatic and saying that I ruined her big day by storming off. My parents are siding with her, saying it was just a joke and they need to loosen up. I told them I'm done being the family punchline, and now everyone's calling me selfish for making the wedding about me. Am I the asshole?
Oh, I feel so sad for this person.
I know. I know.
I can't imagine being publicly humiliated like that.
Not even that. Let's see the fact that when the bride had her time to give her speech, instead of talking about how much she loved her husband, she went and she bagged on her sister.
Yeah,
instead of talking
really good point
about her, you know, her hubby to be that she just got married. She's like, oh no, I'm gonna talk shit about my sister and talk about she's the woman I looked up to not be. Like, if I was on the groom's family and I was there, I'd be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, also, why did she make her the maid of honor to humiliate her in front of 200 guests? Like, you obviously don't like your sister. Why would you make her that?
She does this all the time.
Yeah. As she said, she's been doing this since they were younger because she was the one to remind everyone to clean up or take their meds. And it's like, honestly, everyone has a mom of the group, but it's never a bad thing. We all need like that one friend that gets shit done or something.
You should be thankful.
Exactly. Like that. And I could bet she made her the maid of honor so she would make sure shit would get done in the wedding.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. No, I'm sure she did a fuck ton of stuff for that wedding, and this is what she gets for gratitude.
Yep. So she's not the asshole for leaving. And it's like, still, she went and she cried, and they came back and they still were making jokes at her. So I feel bad.
They blamed her.
Yeah,
right? They blamed her for ruining the wedding.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Buckle up. No, I have a bit to say.
Okay.
First, I went with Cookie Good.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Cookie good.
A couple different, there's like a Lucky Charms cookie or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and a couple of different ones. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty good. Salted pretzel chocolate caramel mix, peanut butter mix cookie or whatever.
That sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. Good, right? That's why they call it cookie good, right? You good? You're supposed to say, yeah, I good. Okay, never mind. Okay, look. This is a very hard one for me because I can only think, what would I do?
Okay.
Right. And the problem with the way I could respond to that is because I have such a close relationship with my own brother. I couldn't fathom that either of us would do this to each other.
Right.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to pick sides or gauge or whatever. Based on the way this is written and strictly the way this is written, Bride Lucinda is a full fucking 10 Dingleberry double Lizzo ass.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. But having said that, and I'm serious, she's a double dose, 10 Dingleberry full on. Okay. It's fucking total 0 on the Feldman scale. And you're right. The idea that she doesn't even talk about her husband, their future, how happy she is, and she just starts bagging on her sister is intentional.
Yes.
Planned. It was meant to embarrass and humiliate. Here's the key difference. And I have to believe this, but if it was coming from my own brother, I can't say for sure, because I don't know how I'd actually react. But what I believe is I would just kind of smile, stay there, and I would figure out a way to fuck with her really bad.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm serious. And I would exact my revenge. Because
be patient and wait for your time.
No, because let me tell you, and I'm serious, I absolutely have a thing where I often concern myself about how others are going to be affected by decisions I make.
Right.
Okay. So if I'm going to storm out and make a scene, even if it's warranted, and it may ruin it for other people, make other people uncomfortable, take something away from maybe my own parents, whatever, I'd think twice. But that doesn't mean I'd forgive. Right. It just means I wouldn't react at the moment. Rather, I would plot. Because you know why? Because that's why I was named the thinker back in my day. I would just figure out, like, maybe it's going to be, I'm going to spill some wine on her dress that she'll never be able to clean and get fit, or something is going to happen that's going to make me feel better. May not make anybody else, but it's going to be for me. And so that's what I mean.
think she wanted to do, like, to at least keep it together, because she said, I tried keeping it together. I even went to the bathroom and I cried a little bit. And it felt like she wanted to stay. Like, she was like, maybe if I go.
She was trying.
Like how you said, like, you'll try to keep it together. You'll laugh. She cried a little bit, and she was like, oh, I'm going to try to come back. But it was just the fact that when she came back, the jokes were still going. Yeah, and it's like she probably was in that bathroom crying for like 10, 15 minutes. I doubt this was like a 2-minute cry in the bathroom. So it was like she probably was in there for like 10, 15 minutes crying. She came back out, it was still going, and she was just like, I can't. Like, so I think she tried it.
But the mistake is she shouldn't have come back in. Yeah. Right? At that point, she could have just left quietly. No, I'm serious. She could have. Again, my point is, like, there's 200 other people there. Yeah. They're all there to celebrate this. I don't want to be the guy that brings it all down, even if it's warranted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously.
I really don't think she did on purpose, though.
No,
No, but I'm saying I have to believe that I would have a bit better control over my emotions. Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't.
We all think that. It's easy to say.
I prefaced it by saying, I can't honestly speak to this because I can't fathom that this would ever happen between me and my own brother.
Especially like after she gave that nice speech.
But I know me, and I know that I am a much more of a plotter, right? And I'm working very hard on not being impulsive anymore. So I would.
He says after he bought cookies.
I was just thinking that.
Bullshit. I researched. I didn't.
That's true.
I looked at different ones.
Because he did. He went straight to Crumble, but he saw the lineup was
right.
And I checked Insomnia. It was the same one. Like, okay, don't give me that.
You're right. You're right.
God damn.
You're right.
Yeah, fucking A, I am. I'll give me credit where credit's due.
You're right.
Only other thing I was going to say about this. So my ratings are 10 Dingleberries. Yeah,
I agree.
I'm giving Bridezilla sister 0 on the Feldman scale.
I agree.
There's absolutely the most shameless thing you could do. And to put your own sister on blast in front of all these people. Yeah. But you know what this is almost like?
What is it almost like?
It's almost like if you have an actual cringy sister, right? That pretends to look up to everything you do and wants to be part of your life, but then back, shit talks to you.
Exactly.
That you're actually not loving and caring and kind and considerate.
Almost like that.
I wasn't quite done. Oh. Even when she eats all your food, drops off her kid for you to babysit, makes you watch during wine time, and takes your fucking daughter, her own niece, on a cruise just so she has a built-in babysitter. Yep. Almost like that.
Almost like that.
Not quite, but almost.
Almost like that. Okay. Exactly.
There you go.
All right, next one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole? My wife became emotionally abusive since giving birth. She topped it off by cheating, and now she's begging me to reconsider. I, 28 male, have been married to my wife, 27 female, for 2 years. 2 years together. Oh wait, for 2 years together for 4. 14 months ago, we had our first baby. That was close to the wedding. I wonder if that's why they got married. She hasn't gone back to work, and I have been the sole breadwinner here. Her choice. And since she gave birth, my wife became a nightmare to deal with. She became irritable, angry at me for the smallest reasons, complains about everything. Everything is somehow my fault, and all she does is hold the baby all day, even if the baby doesn't need to be held.
By the way, sorry, buddy. It's every fucking woman you just described. After birth, especially. Mm-hmm. Nothing special here about your Lucinda.
Right. Okay.
Par for the course.
Right.
Just saying.
Okay.
You want to know the fucking heartache I had to go through after the birth of each of these kids of mine? Like, you just don't, I can't even get it. You just don't know. Okay. Most husbands, good ones, I should say, try extra hard to do the right thing.
Right. Okay. But it won't.
Because there is no right thing.
I do.
Everything is wrong. No matter what. Even right is wrong. Okay. Just saying.
Okay.
All right.
She'll hold the baby all day and scroll through her phone. Everything else is my responsibility. We haven't even had sex for over 1.5 years, and whenever I try to address it, she lashes out at me because even though I'm the only one who works and I do all of the housework, I'm insensitive and don't care about her. I haven't brought up sex until 3 months postpartum. I was basically her emotional punching bag. I tried to get her to therapy. I tried to address her behavior, but all I got is more verbal abuse. I hated our marriage. I wanted to end it, but I was scared of the idea of co-parenting. I was scared of the social backlash of ending a marriage with a child involved. And also, a small part of me was hoping that somehow things would get better. Well, last month, she made it a lot easier to end it. She told me she was going to a bar with her friends, and she came back home at 4 a.m. drunk. As soon as she slept, I snooped through her phone and found texts between her and a random guy, implying that she had went to a hotel room with him. I was almost relieved when I saw them. I can finally walk away from this miserable marriage without any guilt or regret. The first thing I did was take a DNA test for the baby. He is mine. And as soon as the results came back, I informed my wife that I am aware of her infidelity and that our marriage is over. She broke down crying and she begged for my forgiveness. She tried to use every excuse in the book: postpartum depression, past traumas, alcohol. She promised to make it up to me. She said she would do whatever I wanted and that she doesn't want our family to break. But I wasn't having any of it. I have already hated this marriage, and infidelity was just the nail in the coffin. We still live together, and she has been begging me to reconsider, promising me everything under the sun. But I have no intention to reconsider. And I told her she's not allowed to speak to me anymore. Am I the asshole?
Wow. My kids were little. All I want to do is go to a hotel room and sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Women really aren't in their right mind after they give birth.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
So this is after the period where you're not getting any sleep and you're a little psychotic.
Exactly. I like this comment. Go ahead.
Wait, do you know what the key difference is between what HR just said and what happened here?
Hmm.
The difference is this. If she turned off the faucet to everyone, that'd be different.
Exactly.
The fact that she figured out a way to cheat, that makes us feel a little less genuine, to be honest.
Exactly.
Just pointing that out. But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Well, I mean, I did because that's what I do. But
I like this comment.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was your comment?
Someone commented and said, postpartum is addressed by therapy, not with adultery.
Fair.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, if you are truly depressed, you're not going to want to go out to a bar and
go to a bar.
Same guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, this poor guy, honestly, like he really tried. It feels like, he really did try.
Yeah, he did say like he does all the housework.
Yeah.
So I gotta, give him some full stars for that.
And that's why she's over here crying because now she's gonna have to get a job. She's gonna have to actually clean up after herself, get an apartment. And her husband does all of that now. She doesn't do shit but hold the baby.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what. He is absolutely right, but he's stupid.
Why?
He just got a free fucking pass to do anything he wants forever. Forever.
I think this is a family man that didn't want to divorce in the first place. So.
You know what? He's a man. He's got 2 legs and a third leg. Okay? He just got the fucking golden ticket.
But he doesn't want to be miserable for the rest of his life.
He's going to be miserable anyway. Eventually he can move on. But right now, I'm just saying right now, he basically can do and say and get whatever the fuck he wants. So
you would stay.
I didn't say forever, but Buddy Billy, get your fucking money's worth at this point.
It's really hard when you have like that little of a child, and you think about if you split up, you're gonna have to spend all that time apart from them.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why I think it was so hard for him. He was like, I didn't want to co-parent,
and that's why he needs to just pretend like it's all good, and let her know, Lucinda, Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm having, trash bag hoe come over. And Thursdays, I want your sister, and Friday, or whatever. Who gives a shit? He can be as fucking depraved now as he wants. Can get anything he wants. And
I think that's what he wants.
He doesn't. You can tell.
No guy doesn't want that.
He doesn't.
No
you can
guy
tell he
doesn't want that.
So you mean like every guy wants to hook up with random women?
No.
Every single guy?
Right.
No. Maybe I'm not stating this correctly. If he's going to leave her anyway, and he already is at this point devoid of emotion, and he's done, then fucking get your money's worth, buddy. Go for it. Because what's the difference? Eventually they're going to split up. But you know what? Get a little bit of payback before you do.
I don't think he cares about that.
Oh, that's him. I would.
I don't think I think he wanted to be out of this relationship. He said, after a while, because she was so emotionally abusive for now almost a year and a half. So it's to him, he wanted a way out, but he was like, I couldn't do it because I didn't want to co-parent. So it's but now she gave him the reason. He's like, I need to get out of here, because you could tell he was already miserable in this relationship. He doesn't want to be in.
You know what I'm also curious about? The guys on the side. I wonder if they were one-nighters or if this was somebody kind of regular for her.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know that it makes a huge difference other than her state of mind. Because if this was a couple of these little one-nighters, maybe she legit was out of her right mind and whatever. Doesn't excuse it. Don't get me wrong. But in the long run, because there is a child involved, and at some point you're going to have to coexist for the benefit of this child, it might make it a little bit easier for me, Eric, to forgive, or not necessarily forgive, but to move past a little bit. If I thought it was just some rando and maybe she was out of her mind. If this were a regular hookup,
right,
like an every Thursday night kind of thing, then I'd have a lot harder of a time. Not that it'd be easy either way.
I want to say it might be a long time thing, because he went and DNA tested the baby to make sure the baby was his.
Well, I think that's a norm. I think that's a reaction anybody would do. Even
that's true.
But I'm sorry, just briefing it. I misdescribed.
Okay.
Caramel pretzel chocolate chunk cookie, leprechaun sugar cookie, malted milk ball cookie, red velvet cake cookie for you guys, and a grasshopper brownie. Bam.
Okay.
Right? Okay. What's the matter with that?
Are we giving dingleberries?
Are we? Oh, yeah. I'm going to give her, Lucinda, 4.5 dingleberries. The only reason I'm not giving her all 5 is maybe she does have some kind of mental issue happening or something.
Resolve that through therapy.
Yeah, fine. That's fine. But eventually, but she has to start the therapy and go through it. But again, maybe there's a little something to this idea that she has impulsivity issues, that she couldn't necessarily make the right decision, couldn't control herself.
Maybe.
Again, I don't know. And yes, it's a convenient excuse, because it's like when there's a missing cookie out of the cookie jar, right? How do I prove I didn't eat something that isn't there, right? It's kind of like proving a negative, right? Can you prove it? Can you prove it? You give me an example, and then after I give the bitch an example, it's oh, well, give me another one.
Exactly. I agree with the 4.75. I'll give it to her. Not because she might actually do that. I just think
being a mom is hard. I'm curious how she was before the baby.
Yeah, he does. I went to see if he's commented, and he doesn't have anything else. Yeah. So. Well, moving on.
Well, we didn't do a Feldman scale.
Oh, you're right.
I'm going to give Lucinda a 1 on the Feldman scale. And here's the one question that I think, unfortunately, I know the answer. And this might actually go from a 1 to a 0, but where did the infidelity occur? Because if she has no job and she's home with the kid all day, chances are that her boy toy had to go to their place.
No, he said the hotel room.
Oh,
she went out and said that she was going to a bar with her friends.
I see. So, okay, I was busy looking.
She came home at 4 a.m.
Okay, so she left the baby with him, went out and got laid, and then came. Oh, that makes it a little bit worse. All right, I'm going to give her a 0.
Yeah.
That's still, that's even worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's, no shame at all. Yeah. Coming, stumbling at 4 a.m., reeking of liquor, cigarettes, and man sweat. Yeah. You fucking disgusting slag.
Exactly.
The poor baby at home and your hardworking husband.
Exactly.
What a cunt.
Exactly.
Sorry. Seriously. What a cunt. Oh my God. Now, the more I'm thinking about it, the more upset I'm getting. I really should pay better attention to like all of these.
We're going to confiscate your phone next time.
No, it's not. Then we're not going to, then no cookies then.
Then you order cookies before we start recording.
No, I don't know what time they're going to get here. I got to do it. So I got to try to time it right.
Yeah. We're going to be like LAUSD. We're going to take your phone with you.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the judge that did that once in court?
Yes.
I told you that story? Okay.
You said it on the pod too.
Should I say it again or I don't have, no. Okay.
No.
No. All right.
Okay. Next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I accidentally saw a text on my girlfriend's computer saying she feels she's out of my league. I feel like I have to break up with her. This is advice. You're supposed to give advice.
Oh, sure.
Okay. I've been with my girlfriend for around 3 years. Everything has been pretty good overall. This happened a few weeks ago, so I've had time to think on it. My girlfriend had an opportunity to go on a free sunset cruise, fancy dinners, drinks, etc., with some coworkers, but had a presentation due that night, which needed a bit of work. So I said I'd do it so she could go. Turns out I needed a bit more than I thought. I was on her MacBook and I wanted to send myself to do it on my desktop so I could be more comfortable. So I opened the messages. I couldn't find my name in the recent convos, so I just typed it in the search bar. When you do that on a Mac, it turns out that it'll show the contacts. It'll show every time the name was mentioned. Right before I click my name, I noticed a message from her sister that says, I feel like person. I like them a lot, but I feel like you are very much out of his league and he should try harder to be a better man for you. So I open it. Maybe shitty, I know. To which my girlfriend responded, I agree. I read their convo, nothing more. And she went on to say that she thinks that I'm unambitious and I eat like shit. She'll resent me for making less than her. And that she wouldn't want kids with me, even if she, the girlfriend, did want kids. She said that I was the one thing keeping her happy, though. This was said during a fight over her never being willing to visit me an hour away and leaving me to do all of the traveling. But then saying she was going to fly 6 hours one way to visit her male friend. Only context given. For literally one day. She'd fly in at night, spend one day together, and then fly back the following day. It turned into a fight because she was willing to fly a 12-hour round trip and spend hundreds of dollars on a flight, and we both have no money because we're students, so it's a big deal, but wouldn't travel 1 hour to visit me for an entire weekend. Just to clarify, she didn't even end up going because I thought it was suspicious, but we got in a fight, and after the fight, this is when the convo took place. I agree that she probably is out of my league, and she will most definitely make more money than I do, but we both will have doctoral degrees, and I expect to make around 120 to 130K, and she'll probably make from 250 to 300K. So there is an income disparity, but it's not like I'm not making good money regardless. I don't think I eat that bad, and I'm slim, low end of normal BMI, so I don't think I'm completely out of touch, but definitely not eating salmon and steak every night. There was no mistreatment on the other end, and I try to do nice things for her within the means of my $0 student salary, and her parents like me. I just think she doesn't like me. I almost feel dumb for asking, but I'd be the fool if I didn't break up with her, right?
Oh, this poor guy.
Eric's about to talk so much shit about him. I agree, though. I feel bad for him. This man was trying to finish her fucking presentation for school. And he ran into a conversation of her sister being like, yeah, you should break up with him. Like, he's not good. You're out of his league. She's like, I agree. Nice, I know. Too. She sounds so nice. I know. Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
I wonder if that pretzel chocolate chunk is salty. Oh, what?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Doing what? What?
It was your turn to comment on the post.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what a cunt. Not really. Look, it feels like one sister was trying to console the other. And when people do that, they say things that may not necessarily be true, but they're meant to make the other one feel better. So if I were having a tiff with HR, as an example, I could easily see my brother going, man, you could do so much better if you wanted to. Like, and it wouldn't necessarily mean he dislikes her or anything. It's like just encouraging words to make someone feel better.
I agree, but then the girlfriend was the one that was like, "You're right. He's gonna make so much less than me. He eats like a pig, and he's not good enough for me."
Yeah, but in the same text, in the same sentence or context, but he's the only one that makes me happy.
But that can't be right if she's fucking saying this.
It's not. No, you're missing my point. None of that conversation is true. It's valid. I think it's bullshit banter between the two sisters.
Well, this was after she was upset because of the argument they had that he said. Yeah,
I get it, and that's what I'm saying. It just feels like this is just two sisters bantering, okay? And this is almost like when your actual non-cringy sister-in-law banters with her actual sister, who is my brother's cringy sister-in-law, and they talk shit about my brother, both of them at the same time while on a cruise, and then it all blows up, and then they realize that the cringy sister-in-law was actually in the wrong, okay? But my point here, thank you. My point here is that sometimes people say things to each other to try to make one person feel better, and they don't necessarily believe what they're saying, or they don't think it's true. They just want them to feel better. And it feels a little bit like that's what's happening here. If this conversation were between her and a classmate, or her and, her BFF, be a little bit different, I think. I'm serious, but,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's like, I understand what you're saying, and maybe the sister did mean it by like, okay, you're way out of his league. That could be used as like, okay, the sister's trying to make her feel better. But the fact that the girlfriend agreed with it so much, and it was, and this whole thing was just because
like she didn't stand up for him.
Yeah, like she didn't stand up for him. She just continued bagging on her boyfriend over her boyfriend being justifiably mad that she wanted to go 12 hours to go see a man for a day that was her friend. And she didn't go in the end because of the argument. The first thing you do is go to your sister and then you talk so much shit about him.
Well, I bet you she was mad or upset that she ultimately realized she shouldn't be taking that trip. But she was probably looking forward to it. And honestly, I know people that have good friends that are opposite sex and where there is no funny business. Yeah. It really could have been like her close friend, and that are similar to like, how somebody thinks of, like a
But
brother.
the argument it wasn't that she had a male friend she wanted to see. The argument was that she wouldn't spend an hour to go see him, but would spend 12 hours
because,
to see the other man.
Right. And I get it.
It's very valid.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. But I understand why he would feel that way. Right. But he also is not realizing that chances are the time that she's going to have with her BFF is not nearly as much fun as they're going to have, because it's a different kind of relationship.
Right.
And maybe she needed just a little time away to cut loose and, act dumb, whatever. Like, look, every once in a while, I want to do that. I'll go with my buddies, or just we'll go play poker or whatever. Or just, just go out with the guys. It doesn't, nothing stupid going on. Just, sometimes you just need a little me time. She might have just needed a little her time, or just want to hang out with her BFF. But I also understand how slightly oversensitive Billy is taking it as insulting.
I don't think he's being oversensitive.
I think he's being a little oversensitive. I think that this conversation would be much worse if she didn't throw in, but he's the only one that makes me happy. She didn't have to say that to her sister. That's my point. In other words, that feels like
a total schlub and a loser, but he makes me happy.
No,
be fucking broke.
You're missing the point. She didn't. She. This whole conversation would have been the same if she didn't say that. The point is that that's something she said on her own. She's not forced. She wasn't put on the spot. That's probably a true feeling, right? So she's telling her sister, yeah, maybe he's a slob, and maybe he dresses fucked up, and maybe he's going to be broke, but he's my fucked up broke slob.
That's not how she said it.
How she said it and what she meant are different, and I'm interpreting this.
Know what she meant.
No, but we don't. None of us do. That's my point. And so I'm offering an alternative theory as to how this might have been, because if the sister was like, but you know what, Lucinda, you got to admit, you're really always happy when you're around him. And she's like, yeah, you're right. It's different. Lucinda herself put it out there on her own. She didn't, she wasn't forced into that. She wasn't put on the spot. She probably really believes that. So I take that as maybe she's just placating her sister, venting a little bit, whatever, but probably doesn't mean it like that deeply. Or she might mean it that these are things that she finds a little off-putting, but probably not to the point where she'd want to break up with the guy.
Yeah, but still, he's going to feel like a charity case for the rest of his life.
That's his issue. So yeah, he needs to. He can go to therapy for that. I
gotta be honest. If I saw that, I'd be out there.
I'd be out there. Me too.
You don't want to be with someone who doesn't respect.
I just think that most relationships deserve at least a talk. Certain things, certain events, there is no discussion. Okay, if I walk in on my lady, getting it from behind from some fucking rando, there's no discussion that's going to fix that.
Right. I got to be honest. If I saw something like that on your phone, that would be worse to me than you having an affair.
Seriously?
But she even said she wouldn't even want kids with that man, even though she didn't want kids.
Whoa. I got to explore this. So if I just delete all my text messages and then show up with some bimbo, I'm like, but look, there's nothing negative about you on my phone.
I didn't say the other would be good.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Because so this is a real, and now this is no shtick. It's a really good example of how the male mind and the female mind are different.
The male mind here looks like he's.
No, what I'm saying is, I would see it. Look, I understand he's hurt, and I would probably be hurt by it too. If I read that. Okay, I'm just trying to offer a third party or an unbiased view that there may be less to this than he's contemplating or that he believes. But nonetheless, what I will do is as follows: I'm going to give girlfriend Lucinda 2 dingleberries for kind of putting it out there with her sister, but actually, I'm only going to give her one. It was a private conversation.
One?
It was a private conversation that was probably not meant to hurt anyone. I really do think...
I'm sure it wasn't meant to be seen.
That's the point. I just think it was banter. I think that it warrants bigger dingleberries if she was like, look what I think of you, or something like that. She was having a private chat with her sister. You know, he wasn't supposed to see it. He would never know either way. I'm only going to hit her with one for that. Feldman scale, I'm going to give her a 6. I don't think it's super shameless because, again, this was a private conversation between her and her sister. If this were in some kind of group chat, like, some people are in, things like that, or if this is like, their fucking cousin's wedding and she got up and like, yo, let me tell you about my slob fucking, fast food eating boyfriend that, is near broke, and put him out in front of 100 people, that'd be different. This was a private conversation between two adults about this one thing, and it should have just stayed private. It was an accident. It wasn't meant to be seen.
Oh, well, most people are caught cheating, and it was supposed to be private too.
But
Would
cheating,
that be your same argument?
No, because cheating is different. It's a different type of affirmative step. I look at this almost more like a therapeutic discussion between two people, two sisters.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and like I understand like what you're saying. Like it was a private conversation between two sisters, and it's sad he had to find out that's how she felt about him in a message. But I can't just give her one. She at least has to have 4 for me, because that's fucked up to say. Like, you can be mad at your partner all you want, and you can just be like, oh, he's stupid, he's wrong, he did that wrong, he can't do something right. But to even say I would never have kids with this man, even if I want kids, I won't have them with her. To me, it just sounds like,
I forgot about that. It's a really harsh thing to
like
say.
It was really hard. All she said was really harsh. This wasn't like, oh, I'm upset at him, and I've said this. Like, this is harsh. Like, she could have said like, I hope he dies in a ditch, and it wouldn't have been, I think, as bad as hearing what she said.
I think I also forgot about that comment.
Yeah,
but I also wonder if she's speaking about right now, even though she's saying I would never.
Yeah,
I wonder if after graduation and after he has a job and she has a job, and even if she makes double what he does, but their combined income is 400 or whatever, she may not think that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of this is just about the moment.
Yeah.
Look, she's entitled to feel what she wants to feel, but he doesn't have to stick around for it.
Well, that's true. And he's entitled to feel upset. He's entitled to feel hurt by it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
He did break up with her, though. There was an update that he said, we're done. But I guess she just said that she didn't mean it like that. And that was it. But he was kind of like, I couldn't do it. Like, it hurt me.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. So
once you know how your partner feels about you, it's over.
So next one.
Yeah, but I have a general question.
Okay.
Assuming Lucinda knew how she felt this whole time, why wouldn't she just break up with him herself?
Because he made her happy at the moment. I feel like she just kept him around right now for school, and I feel like when she's making she has a little boyfriend right now for school, and it seems like he helps her with her homework. Yeah, from what it looks like, he's being helpful. Yeah. He helps her with shit. So she's keeping him around for right now, and I honestly feel like if he would have stayed with her, at some point she would have left him.
I agree. Yeah. If she doesn't want to have a family with him, she doesn't respect him. Exactly. Yeah, he'd be toasted for a while.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for canceling our wedding after my fiance said something disgusting about my little brother? Hi, Reddit. I'm in a tough spot at the moment.
Hi.
My fiance...
I want to know, does Reddit say hi back?
No.
Like when you type in hi, Reddit?
No, it doesn't.
You know what? If we could find an app developer that could do shit like that, like have a plugin into Reddit, like people on their phone, like, hi, Reddit. Oh, hi, Lucinda. Right? Like, welcome back. You're
sure we'll have
right.
that eventually.
I'm preparing to post your 97th, blog or whatever, this week about your fucked up relationships.
Exactly.
I would do that too. I would do like,
I know you would.
No, but I would do like an insulting Reddit
my
bot.
God. Let's not do an insulting one.
Hi, Reddit. Oh my God. You again? Like, really? I'm sorry. You didn't read this yet?
No.
Right? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's the title?
Am I the asshole for canceling our wedding after my fiance said something disgusting about my little brother?
Oh, I guess it depends on what he said. Okay. She said whatever.
My fiance, let's call her Karen, 32 female, and me, 31 male.
Let's call her Karen. Okay, that's a message.
And me, 31 male. We're about to get married in a bit more than 6 months. Everything started to go bad when we started to talk about the guest list. Karen had been saying for a while she didn't want my little brother, let's go with Chad, 26 male, for a while, but she wouldn't give me a real explanation. I've told her many times my brother's presence was absolutely not negotiable, though. For some background, Chad and me have always been super close. Our parents weren't abusing or anything, but they were really the serious kind of parents. They would often drop us off at grandma's to go party, and as soon as I was old enough to take care of both of us, they would just leave the house for me and bro to handle. Oh no, it exited out of it. Sorry. Okay, where was I? This is a trash way to treat your kids, sure, but at least it allowed us to bond super, super close. I'm not exaggerating when I say he's my favorite person in the whole world. I would take a bullet for him, and I think the only people who could brag about being as loved as I love for him are my future kids. So yeah, my baby brother's presence at my wedding is something that I am not willing to sacrifice at all. I think we all feel that way about our siblings. Now, a few days ago, the topic of the guest came back on the table, and Karen said one more time she does not want Chad there. I was getting really pissed at that point, and I told her there wouldn't be a wedding at all if he isn't there, so she better either drop it or leave. Then I asked her why the hell she doesn't want him there in the first place. So the bitch tells me she doesn't want the F slur on her wedding day, and that her family doesn't approve of his lifestyle. I was like, did she really just say that? I knew she wasn't exactly the progressive type, but I never got that far. My brother...
Is he a cock gobbler or something? I don't understand. What lifestyle? Did I miss it?
The F slur.
Oh.
I just didn't want to say it on the...
Oh, God. Oh, she said that?
Yeah.
Just say gay. I mean, you could... but I understand. Oh, okay,
like the F slur,
no, because I'm like, what? Like the fuckhead? Like, I don't understand. Like, fuck boy?
No,
like, what is he?
No, because he's gay. Yeah.
You could say...
Okay.
By the way, there was the best scene in this show we used to watch called Oz.
Right.
There was, Oz was about prisons. And so you had the Aryan Brotherhood, you had the Latinos, you had the black gangs. So the Aryans, right? So one of the second in command of the Aryans had some kind of rotten gums. Mm-hmm. So he went to the prison dentist to get a gum graft. And after it was all done, the dentist, apparently on purpose, grafted a black guy's gums into his mouth, like made it a whole thing. It was fucking hysterical. Anyway, because the dentist was Afghani. So he made like a comment at him, I mean, fucking awesome. So I'm sorry, what were you saying? What?
I was reading stuff.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the story.
He said, my brother's the sweetest, kindest, purest soul on earth. I couldn't believe she would hate them so much for something so trivial. And yeah, Chad is bi. He came out to me when he was 20 and he looked so damn scared. I told him I loved him no matter what. And of course, I loved him no matter what. And I promised myself I wouldn't let anyone else make him feel that scared or hurt ever again. I couldn't even imagine that woman in the same room as that after she said what she said. I don't know, protective big bro instincts kicked in, and I told her we're fucking done. I asked her back for the ring that she reluctantly gave back before telling her she had 10 minutes to pack her shit and get the fuck out of my house before I called the cops. Obviously, I canceled everything and told everyone who would ask the exact reason why Karen and I are done. Sweet Chad obviously heard of it and saw the proportion this drama was gaining. He even told me it's not a big deal if he wasn't there. He just wanted me to be happy. I told him my big day is meant to be the happiest in my life, and it wouldn't fucking be without him. And I certainly can't be happy with someone like Karen, given who she really is now. Well, now she is back to her parents' house, and some of our mutual friends have really distanced themselves from her. I've gotten a lot of texts from her family, all more hateful than the previous ones, and ended up blocking all of them. Karen, on the other hand, hasn't really been aggressive or anything, just alternating between guilt-tripping me, crying, and saying how I ruined her life. News spreads like wildfires, apparently. And that she can't believe I ruined our 4-year relationship over a word. But not once has she apologized for what she told me about Chad. So I know even more that I don't want to do anything with her. So yeah, maybe I'm the asshole, but I don't think so. And honestly, I think she deserves every part of the backlash she's getting. She has to face the consequences of her hatred, and it's getting her true self. And it's great her true self has been revealed to the world, in my opinion. Who even says that in Seattle anyways? But was I the asshole?
No, that made her completely justified. Yeah. But the weird thing is if they were together for 4 years and they were engaged, how did he not know?
That's what I was wondering too.
You hit the nail on the head.
That's
you
what I was
go ahead.
wondering.
I'm gonna expand on that.
No, because I was trying to figure that out too. Go ahead, expand on it.
I think that he always knew, and I think deep down he didn't want to get married.
Yeah.
And this is perhaps the absolute best excuse he could use. And when I say that, I do not think that what bigot Lucinda said is okay. I also don't think that homophobe Lucinda has any place in this world modernly.
Especially not Seattle.
Anywhere. Live and let live. I am very... I mean, everybody that knows me knows that I lean more to the left. I'm not super progressive. I'm not uber liberal.
Right.
But I absolutely believe that people should just live as who they are. I think most people are born the way they are. I don't think it's a choice necessarily. For some, maybe, but because it's kind of a trend for or was for a while, like to walk around like, oh, I'm bi, But I think truly, people that are truly homosexual or bisexual or heterosexual are wired that way. Period. Okay. So again, I'm not, and I want to make it clear, I am not attempting to discount what happened, nor am I attempting to justify her position. I just think that he probably already knew and he couldn't bring himself to do it and needed a super big reason.
Yeah.
And I think this is what gave it to him.
Because he did also say, like, for a while, she just wouldn't give him a real explanation on why. Like, she said he's been saying for a while she didn't want him there, but she wouldn't give him a real reason. I feel like a part of him probably knew that was the reason, and that's why he kept asking, like, why? Why don't you want him there? Why don't you want him there? That's
so strange, though. Like, was she okay with, like, was she okay with that before?
That's what I mean. Look, the only other thing I could think of is maybe she got a ton of pressure from her side of the family about it, if they're super conservative or like from parts of the Midwest or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
And so they and she might have had the ultimatum put to her, like, yo, Lucinda, if this kid fucking shows up, don't count us in. We're not going. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only other reason I could think of, because I also thought to myself, wait a minute, they've been together long enough. You can't tell me she's never met his family.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And and unless this guy is like the most like invisible, disguised bisexual in history, something is going to give it away.
Yeah. That's what
especially if he's out and in the open.
Yeah.
Right. And he has no shame about it. Not that he should, but I'm saying, some people, they keep closeted because their parents or whatever. But if he already came out and this is well known, I can't see how this would be like a secret.
Exactly.
So, I think it's both. I think she probably got a lot of pressure from maybe the more conservative parts of her family. And this was how she wanted to try to save face. And I also think that at the same time, he might have already been having second thoughts, maybe for those reasons.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that she escapes the dingleberries.
No.
I'm going to give her 7.5. A little more than 5. I can't give her the full 10 because people that are being pressured by those close to them often react to that pressure. Sometimes they do so regrettably. So I'm giving her a tiny bit of slack.
Yeah.
Because I think that maybe what was really happening.
Wait, but here's the thing though. So I feel like if it were that point, because I just remembered at the end, he said she's apologized about a bunch of other stuff, but she won't apologize for what she said. So I feel like if it was, and she was regretful of how she said it, she would have been like, I'm sorry for the way I said it. I probably shouldn't have said it. But she never apologized for that, but apologized for other shit.
Yeah, but I
think she meant that shit.
Maybe, but the thing of it is, if she doesn't apologize and they get back together without her apologizing, she can justify to her own family.
Yeah.
And I stood on my business or whatever.
Yeah.
And he came back to me.
Yeah.
Again, I could be misreading. I could be reading too far into it. And part of this, and HR will tell you, is it's a flaw actually of mine, not a quality, that I tend to try to see the good in most people,
right?
Even beyond the obvious warnings. And here I am again, figuring maybe it's her family pressure,
I do.
But that's just how I am. Yeah. Because it's hard for me to believe that someone can be that cruel, honestly, especially to someone that they're supposedly in love with and want to spend their sort of lives with.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I try to think a little bit better about humanity. 7.5 dingleberries, giving her, the Feldman's a little bit interesting. If this happened at the wedding party or something, right? But this was a private conversation between the two of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her a 6. I think the shame factor, the shameless factor, stops at what she said, but it would be much less shame, right? Much more shameful, or have less, have like no shame at all. If she was just like that in public, like fuck yo faggot brother or whatever, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's why I can't hit her on the Feldman too hard. Yeah. But dingleberries,
I'm going full 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because clearly you guys are incapable of seeing the good in people.
People, you don't need to see the good in people. They show you who they are. Believe them. Okay, ready for
I think she was hiding the bad.
Exactly. She was hiding the bad until they got married. Exactly.
I wonder if he has known about this side of her for a very long time. Okay, give me an example. I'm sorry. I know we're about to move on, but and I'm actually staying on topic. So yay me. So imagine they're out, like they went to a club or a bar, and there's an openly gay couple. You want to tell me she doesn't comment?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's Seattle too, so it's
that's what I mean. Like,
there has to be.
Yeah.
So no. So my point is, I can't. It's hard for me to believe this came as a total shock to Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the kind of mentality that you can hide all the time in a super progressive city.
Yeah.
It's just, you just can't. No. And some people, like real bigots, they can't control it.
No.
Like they put on the TV, if there's like the Pride Parade, they have to say something. They can't help it. So I'm wondering if either Billy knew and this was just, again, the reason to dump her, or if he hung in there longer because, the sun shines bright in Seattle every once in a while.
Plan though, like they were about to get married. Shit was already paid for.
Although sometimes some people will hide stuff, so they know they have you.
Yeah, that too.
How many people, or we hear stories about people that come out as gay later after they have married, they have kids.
Yeah,
and then So anyway, but all right, we can move on. But again, so I'm going 7.5, 6 on the Feldman,
10, 4 on the Feldman.
Yeah, at least
Feldman. There you go. Exactly. All right. Next one.
Yep.
Title is My Boyfriend Has a Pirate Ship Bed and Refuses to Change It. Help.
Oh.
Yes, you read that correctly. My 22-year-old boyfriend has a replica of the Black Pearl as his bed. We're both in college currently. I live in a dorm while my boyfriend has his own apartment. Out of respect for my roommate, I sleep over at my boyfriend's place instead of him sleeping in my bed since our dorm room isn't that big. I love the Black Pearl thing. I think it's cute. But we need a real bed at this point. I even asked him if we could think about getting a new bed, but he said it would ruin the aesthetic of the room. I even offered to chip in, but he's declined. We're not big people, but a twin-size mattress does not work. My boyfriend is 6'3" and hangs off the mattress. That's my current situation at the moment, and I'm heading over to the Black Pearl now. Wish me luck. This poor girl, what do you think she can do?
Oh my God. So first of all, pirate bed, that sounds fucking awesome. I love this guy. But twin bed for a very large man and a woman, that's not going to work.
Yeah. He has
super size pirate
bed. Yes, they have to get rid of this. He has to. No, because in the beginning I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, he's just like, he likes like kitty things.
Cute.
He likes it. But then she said it was a twin bed. And then she said he's 6'3" and hangs off the bed.
My opinion changed at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If the entire post were the same, but it was just, he's got a twin bed and he's 6'3", what's the difference? Like, why does it matter if it's a pirate twin bed or a regular twin bed?
No.
I thought she just didn't like pirate bed.
Yeah.
No, I understand, but that's my point. So she basically misled the whole post.
No. She wants a bigger bed too.
I get it.
Oh, you're saying like it wouldn't.
Right. In other words, what's the difference if it's a pirate twin or a regular twin?
Right.
And in fact, if she wants to really, really impress Billy, by the way, I don't think this is Dingleberry worthy either way.
No,
I don't think
just advice because she wants to know.
Yeah. So first, let me just say though, a grown ass college man with a pirate bed,
the Black Pearl.
No, that's a 10. 10 on the Feldman. There's no shame, buddy.
No,
you live your best fucking life.
That's a 0.
No, 0 is the most shameless. 10. There's no shame at all. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 0.
No,
I'm taking it. You're right. I'm saying it. 0.
Yes,
no shame. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. You live your best life, buddy. If you want to sleep the fucking Captain Jack or whatever, you find the fucking octopus that talks, go for it. I don't give a shit. Now, do you want Eric to save this relationship?
Go ahead.
Ready? I'm going to figure this. Watch. I'm going to solve this problem. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All Lucinda has to do, if she really, really loves this guy, is order a queen bed with the same pirate frame. That's all.
I don't know if they make queen beds.
They can make them. They can make.
Yeah, it sounds like a kid.
I bet you they have at least double beds with that same frame, which is at least 2 twins. Okay, and if they're lanky, thin, college, they'll be fine on a double bed also. Yeah. But clearly, this guy is still holding on to parts of his youth.
Definitely. He's definitely holding on.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Look, I have comic book art, right? I do. I have Harry Potter shit. I have like big full color books and novels about, I still play Diablo 2, which came out in like 2001.
There you go.
Okay, on my PC, because I can't figure out how to play modern video games. They're too fucking difficult to figure out.
Yeah. But you wouldn't keep a bed you're hanging off of.
No, but that's because I value my comfort.
You know what? This is a whole new market. They need to have like cute beds, like pirate ship beds, dinosaur beds,
a Hello Kitty bed.
Hello Kitty beds for adults.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if I walk in and there's a fucking Hello Kitty bed in our room, then okay, Hello Kitty about to say goodbye.
No.
Okay, hell no, Kitty. It's not going to happen.
What about a Harry Potter?
That I could get down with that. Yeah. What?
So you can have a Harry Potter one. She can't.
You know why? Because you know what they say about me? I'm a muggle on the streets. I'm a wizard in the sheets. Bam.
Who said that?
In Harry Potter world, non-magicians, non-wizards are called muggles.
Okay.
So I'm a muggle on the street, but a wizard in the sheets.
Thank you for repeating that. Yep.
I'm just saying. So, bam. Okay, I'll take a Harry Potter bed all day. You know what? Now I want to look for one.
Oh my god.
You got me all excited.
Someone had commented and said, "I'm sorry, but the thought of doing it on the Black Pearl is hilarious." And the comment under it was, "It's the quest for the booty."
Fuck yeah, it is. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Everything about this is great.
I think it is great. It just needs to be bigger. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
She's fine with the pirate.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I'm not giving any dingleberries or anything else. If she had said, "Yo, Billy, we need a bigger bed," and by the way, ditch the fucking Captain Jack, Jack Sparrow. But listen, if she's still good, with that bed, just figure out a way to get a bigger one.
Exactly.
Or, honestly, the less expensive route they can get, even if it's secondhand, they can get one of those couch beds that fold out.
Oh yeah.
And they in the living room they could spend the night on that when she's there.
Yeah, he could
have
do
more
that too.
room, right?
Yeah.
Just saying, like practical, right? Practical, because she's not there every night.
No,
So I'm saying,
here for creative problem solving.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck them. Damn, I'm good. That was actually a good suggestion. Probably cheaper than getting a double bed with a new frame.
Exactly. No, that it should be.
Right.
Exactly.
Or if he has a decent couch that's already comfortable, when they're done, just Lucinda, go sleep on the couch. What?
After the Black Pearl.
Well, I'm just saying. Look. If he's like most college men, he's hitting the collegiate high dive. Okay, 2 pumps a dump, and he rolls over and goes to sleep. At that point, what does it matter where she sleeps? That's all. Just be back in the morning for round 2.
Okay.
What?
Jen's face.
Stay away from that shit.
Exactly. All right, next one.
Okay.
Title is: Am I the asshole for refusing to label my wedding cake as vegan because a guest felt tricked? My husband, 32 male, and I, 30 female, had a vegan wedding because we're both vegan. We made it clear in advance that the food in the cake would be plant-based, and no one complained until the reception. The cake was gorgeous, 3 tiers decorated with edible flowers. And towards the end of the night, one of my husband's aunts, Linda, came up to me looking visibly upset. She said it was disrespectful to have a vegan cake on display because it felt like I was pushing my lifestyle on everyone. I told her the cake wasn't meant to make a statement. It was just dessert we chose for our wedding. She insisted I either move the cake off of the main table or add a sign saying it was vegan so people weren't tricked into eating it. I refused because 1, it was my wedding, 2, it's a cake, no propaganda, and 3, no one else seemed to care. Linda ended up storming out, and now my in-laws are saying I should have compromised to avoid the drama. I think Linda's reaction was ridiculous, but my husband thinks I could have just put up a sign to keep the peace. Am I the asshole?
Oh, fuck you, Linda. I hate people like that. It's their wedding.
Exactly.
It's their wedding. Mind your own damn business.
I bet you Linda ate it and liked it, and she's mad. She was one of those vegan haters, and she had a piece of cake, and someone was like, "See, you liked it, and it was vegan," and that's why she's mad.
That's funny.
I bet that's what it is.
I wonder. I know that. So I mean, we'll rate them in a minute, and honestly, because I need you guys to go first, because I didn't hear all of it. But
of course,
because I got this email to look at. But I will say that I do know some people that are really strict vegans, and it's not just because they're being woke.
Right.
Some of them are really believe in like the vegan diets and all that. I know that that's a big deal if they eat anything with eggs in it or whatever. Right. I get it, or dairy. So I understand like how they can, and I know that they tend to be like really aggressive about their food and how it's made and all that. But HR is right. If you're just a guest,
exactly.
Like, either.
And she said it too. She said we told everyone the food and the cake would be plant-based in advance because they're both vegan.
Yeah, but my point is like, but if it's somebody else's wedding, either don't fucking eat it, or eat it and like it, or just don't say anything. Exactly. You get, there's no reason to mention or bitch about it. That's all.
Exactly.
And by the way, I'm going to say this now, and this is something especially because for pretentious Lucinda. If they told you ahead of time that everything was plant-based,
you knew they were vegan.
Right. Hit the fucking drive-through before you get there. That's what I would have done.
But she wasn't upset about the food.
Yeah, she was.
The fucking cake.
No, she was upset about everything. She's just pointing out the cake. Okay. I would have hit hit the fucking I would have hit Jack in the Box, like 2 tacos for $1.
Yeah.
I'd have hit like 6 of those, some curly fries and a beverage. Get there and not feel hungry.
Me and my cousins did that at Quinta one day. Because when we got there was only tacos and there was like an actual taco man and the line was too long. We just went to the Jack on the same street and we came right back in with their little bag.
Would you like to hear a true story about a lunch date I had probably 33 years ago.
Okay.
34 years ago. Before I was married, my ex-wife, you know, I've known HR for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I met her when I was 17. And even though she ghosted me on New Year's Eve,
right,
kind of, one year, I invited her to lunch. Okay. Now I wanted to impress, not knowing that HR at the time really didn't give a shit about stuff like that.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
She still doesn't give a shit about stuff like that.
100%. But I mean that in a good way, right? She's not not superficial. She's not materialistic. But when you're young, I didn't know that I wanted to impress. So there was this restaurant called the Ivy.
Okay.
This is like a famous Hollywood spot. Actors and actresses would be there all the time. Like, yo. And so then I had to pretend like I just thought of this place. Like, hey, you want to have lunch with me? I just saw this place that looked cute called the Ivy. Like, pretending like I didn't know it was supposed to be glitzy. We get there. And by the way, this is before we had like online menus or whatever.
Right.
I had no fucking idea how much this place was.
Right.
This place literally cost me just about everything I made on my last paycheck, with the exception of like $13.
Oh my God.
The portions were so fucking small that by the time we were done, I dropped her home. I had to go to the fucking drive-thru just to eat, so I would feel, you know, full. Right?
Yeah, with your $13?
Yeah. Well, back then you could get a lot for $13.
That's
like,
true.
You get a McDonald's Big Mac was like $3.99 or whatever, you know. So I was set for at least 3 meals after that.
I thought we were gonna go Eric's way. He's gonna be like, you could even get a hooker for $13.
No. I was being serious.
Yeah, right.
That's a little scary too, but I was being serious.
I felt horrible when you told me that. It was so tragic because honestly, I would have been just as happy with Tommy's.
Yeah, and like, you know, like, oh, would you? I'm trying to be like all like, you know, sophisticated. Like,
right.
You want the frittata, or you want, like, or whatever? Like, you know, like. You know, you know.
She didn't give a fuck about the frittata.
She didn't fuck about anything. And you have to understand, that's the type of place that even today, as a 52-year-old, I wouldn't really know what to eat.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably nothing on the menu that would, you know, oh, you could have the Niçoise salad with goat cheese or whatever.
That doesn't even sound good.
That. I'd say all of that. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Okay. But now, so there you go. So I understand a little bit about, you know, and that is the
But you wouldn't make a scene at
No, that's my point.
Because the cake is vegan.
If I knew ahead of time that everything was going to be plant-based, and by the way, some plant-based things taste great. Not all, but they've come a long way.
They have.
But if I know that I'm not going to want it, and I'm not going to eat it,
I'm going to go.
And I want to go. And all right, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to this wedding.
Yeah.
You better fucking believe I'm going to either order pizza before I leave my house.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that I just don't feel hungry and fucked up or resentful that I don't have anything to eat.
Exactly.
Nothing more annoying than that.
Exactly.
I went to a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah years ago. There was some kind of mess up. All they had was like a pasta bar for like 80 people, and they ran out like after 20 minutes. And nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And literally, some of the guests were like ordering pizza. They didn't give a fuck at that point. So, yeah.
I would have, yeah.
But I'm saying, now, do I do that every time? No. But I learn a lesson every time there's an event that has a bad meal. We went to a judges awards dinner.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right? We were each going to have steak, and they fucking brought it, and it was like a ton of blue cheese crumbles on top of the cake, on top of the steak.
Yeah.
Fuck, we don't eat that.
Yeah.
But thank God they also had chicken options or whatever, so we could kind of, you know. And yeah, it was Costco chicken at some point, we realized. But nonetheless, you know.
Kirkland brand is good.
Some of it. Something.
Yeah, you're right.
The water bottles are same as everyone.
That's true.
You know. Anyway, sorry, go on. How many more we got? Because
you gonna do one more, two more?
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Because our Lucinda delivery driver's arriving soon.
Okay.
So,
okay. We'll do this one. It's titled, "My husband doesn't see how his work wife is trying to destroy our marriage."
Okay.
I, 31 female, am at my wit's end with my husband's 32 male coworker, Sarah, 30 female, and his complete inability to see what's happening. I'm not usually one for Reddit, but I need to know if I'm going crazy here. Where do I even start? 3 years ago, my husband, Mark, started working with Sarah. At first, I tried to be welcoming. I invited her to our barbecues, included her in group outings, and genuinely tried to be friendly. Big mistake. She spent the entire time making backhanded comments about everything in my career. Like, oh, you're just a yoga instructor? How peaceful. So my cooking? I guess not everyone can master basic seasoning.
What a shitty thing to say.
The real problem is that Mark thinks she's just being funny. Last month, she literally threw away the anniversary mug I gave him because it clashed with the office aesthetic, according to her. When I got upset, Mark said I was being too sensitive and that Sarah just has high standards for office decor. It was a mug with our wedding photo on it. Some greatest hits from Sarah. She bullet pointed them. She scheduled a mandatory work dinner on our anniversary. She convinced Mark to not take a promotion because it would mean working with a different team. She posts daily photos of them together with hashtags like hashtag work power couple and hashtag work spouse. She tells everyone at their office that she takes better care of him than I do. She changed his coffee order and now tells everyone she trained him right. The worst part? My husband is completely blind to all of this. Yesterday, he actually told me about how Sarah said that our new house, which we spent months searching for, was charming in a starter home kind of way. He repeated this while laughing. I tried talking to him about it, but Sarah convinced him that I'm insecure, and she's managed to insert herself in every aspect of our lives. They text constantly, even on weekends, and she knows his schedule better than I do. She rearranged his entire desk and office wardrobe because his style was too suburban husband. But that's what he is. Last week, I suggested marriage counseling. He looked genuinely confused. He, of course, went and talked to Sarah about this. I found out from another coworker that she's been telling people that Mark and I are going through a rough patch and that she's just being a good friend by giving him someone to talk to. We weren't going through anything until she started this nonsense. The breaking point, I stopped by his office to surprise him with lunch. I know, but it was his birthday and Sarah was supposedly out sick. Well, guess who was there? Sarah. She'd miraculously recovered and brought him a cake that said, "To my work hubby," with the photo of them from the office holiday party. She saw me and said, "Oh, Amy, you came too. How nice. Mark, you didn't tell me your real wife was coming." I'm not crazy, right? The woman is trying to destroy our marriage while my husband stands there grinning like it's all some joke. What do I do? Divorce seems extreme, but I'm running out of options here.
Oh my God. This is like fatal attraction. Woman from hell. It's nothing more horrifying than when you know the reality, but the person you're with does not see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he sees it, honestly.
You think he sees it, but he likes it. He likes the attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think he sees it. Do you not, Eric?
Cookies are here. What?
Oh I'm actually curious how she's getting away with. I know someone who got written up for just jokingly calling someone else their work wife. So I'm curious, like how this is flying at work.
It's because he's like, he's.
Well, somebody has to complain.
Yeah, and he goes along with it. He doesn't see the problem here, remember?
Now, if, by the way, if, for example, somebody randomly from HR was walking around and heard that, right, they might take a step to deal with it or question it.
It sounds like he's so public about it.
Well, I'm just, but if, he doesn't care or he doesn't feel offended, but I think it's a combination of two things here. I do think that there is an extreme degree of naivete on the part of Billy.
You think he doesn't notice it?
I don't think he understands it. I think he notices. Yes, I don't think he understands it. And I'm going to be honest, and I think that this is true for a lot of men. Most men don't think women come onto them if they're married. Men typically are the ones that chase tail.
Right.
But a lot of
there's a lot of.
I know there's a lot of women out there. I'm just saying men don't think of that. Right. They really don't. Okay. So he may think of her as more like a tomboy brother or BFF that happens to be a girl and may not feel like there's anything super inappropriate.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm wife.
Oh, there's an update. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it matters.
No,
she said yes because she wants to hear it. Okay. She said, first, I want to address some negative comments. To all the people saying they're Team Sarah and hoping Sarah and my husband get together. I even saw a nasty comment saying Sarah and my husband would be the office power couple. How can you sit here and say nothing's going on? You claim my husband didn't cheat and I'm being crazy. Yeah, in the same breath, you wish they got together. You're contradicting yourself because you're deep down. Okay. Now for the update. My husband came to my mother-in-law's house. She didn't call him. He knew I was there because I told him and he said he wanted to talk. Some big things happened in such a short time. He wanted to explain. According to my husband, after I left, he started to reflect and he called his mom and they had a long talk. I didn't even know about this. She asked him if he was happy with me and he said yes, but I made him extremely happy. I was good. I was a good wife and a great partner. This is kind of what it all sunk into him, that he was being completely juvenile for wanting attention from another woman. I did ask why he always brushed things off and never took action before. He said he couldn't explain it. It just felt good. He knew. Yeah. He assured me he never wanted to sleep with her and never advanced things that way. It was just nice having someone around who was fawning over him like a fan. For those who said he didn't know what an emotional affair was and was just agreeing with me, you were right. He admitted he didn't really understand what an emotional affair was, but after looking it up, he agreed that that's what it was, though unintentional. He said he didn't want to lose his friend, so he just went along with a lot of what she did. He admitted he was deep into a fog, but me leaving and this conversation with his mom was the one thing that brought him out of it. He said he didn't want us to fight, and my husband is big on giving me my space, so when I left, he didn't chase me because he thought it would be best for us to just cool down and think about this and hopefully come back and discuss it more rationally. He did reach out to Sarah, though they didn't meet in person, they had a phone call. He told her they couldn't remain as close and that their out-of-office texts and calls needed to stop, that he would get a replacement mug she wasn't to touch, and that they needed to cut back on their lunches. He wanted to handle this before talking to me to show that he was serious. Sarah did not take that well. She started berating me, saying I was forcing him to do this. My husband stopped her and said no, he was the one doing this because his marriage was important. He admitted letting things go too far, but he clarified he had no romantic interest in her. He told her if she had feelings for him, she needed to distance himself immediately. Sarah ended up ruining the friendship herself. Though my husband was willing to maintain a more distant friendship, her comments about me and him, claiming she'd never want him, that everything she did was because she knew we weren't meant to be together, and she was trying to open his eyes. He said he couldn't believe he'd never seen how vindictive and awful she was, and she was almost venomous. It didn't end well. After handling the situation, he came to see me, wanting to ensure I knew he understood and was taking the proper steps. He said we could do whatever I needed. I know some of you will say I'm still wrong. The divorce is the only option here because he had an emotional affair. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm not divorcing my husband. I told him we needed counseling for both of us. Yes, going through all the devices, emails, and texts might have been extreme.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, lady. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I don't think the rest
sorry,
of
we get
yeah.
it. They're staying together. Right, they're going to therapy. Well, okay, wonderful.
I'm glad this has a happy ending.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Sarah was the scorpion.
Sarah
in the
was
shoe.
definitely the scorpion.
Listen, yeah. Okay, nobody likes happy endings better than I do. Mm-hmm. But, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh my God.
I mean,
no one thought of it like that. That was the crazier part.
Oh, good. But at some point, we got no more scenic routes together. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I'm glad they didn't divorce. Yeah. I'm glad. And I do believe that he didn't at least completely comprehend what was happening. He probably, and look, nice. And you know what? Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it's totally abnormal though, especially if he felt a little neglected at home, even if it's not.
Right.
Wasn't happening. Again, perception is reality. He was feeling maybe that way. This was kind of an ego boost for him. Mm-hmm. Great. Where I have the biggest problem, honestly, is the fact that he gave up a promotion. That is stupid.
It wasn't money, though. She said it wasn't, even though I would still be upset about it, but she clarified he wouldn't get any extra pay. It was just a title, but still,
it's not
he
about
gave up a promotion to just be with this bitch.
No, it's not just about that, too. But at some point, you have to realize that these are career builders.
Yes.
Even if you're not making more, but you have more responsibility, a loftier title. Even if that's training you for your next position at a competitor company that will pay you more. Like, why would you hold yourself back? I get it. And by the way, and he may not have been capable of completely, understanding all of this, but if she's really your friend, your buddy, she's gonna be happy for you.
Super happy for you. Right. She would be like, "Oh my God, you need to take it!" Like,
that's awesome, right? Go for it.
No friend is gonna tell you to leave it.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just the typical male because that's what stuck out at me more than a lot of this other stuff.
Right. Yeah, but he cared about him.
And he should have.
Yeah, he should have.
Also, if he cared about himself and his own future and the future for his family.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I think it is. I don't think it's malicious. I just think he's naive.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too. Mm-hmm. But everybody likes attention. I mean, not everybody. Most people like it.
Yeah, but he didn't see the ugliness.
Yeah. I get it. But that's probably because he tends to see things or see people. I'm like that too. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't necessarily know if I'm being, chased after in that way. I would, but I'd like to be people nice to me.
Yeah.
I'd be nice to people back.
Yeah.
I mean, most people, not all, but most. Mm-hmm. So I get it. It's weird. It is. It's just weird.
Yeah.
You know what this is exactly not like?
What is it exactly not like?
It's not like at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a cringy sister-in-law that would constantly criticize and spread rumors and talk about, all these other people and taking your man away and all that, it's nothing like that.
No.
This is actually, in my mind, kind of pure and innocent. Mm-hmm. And kudos to wife Lucinda for not being reactionary and jumping the conclusions.
Yeah.
And honestly thinking it through. and allowing everybody to have their space and kind of reach their own conclusion.
Yeah.
That is the optimal way to kind of handle a problem. So good on them. I'm glad we're ending in this one.
Yeah.
Our cookies have been here a couple of minutes already, and I don't want to wait. So, Hurricane.
Yes.
Tell them where they can find us.
All right, guys, thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us on social media, on Instagram at The Bensama Confirm and at The Late Podcast for our podcast Instagram. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at Bensama Confirm. You can visit our website at ablawfirm.us or you can email us at info@ablawfirm.us. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.